Okay, let's do this. Are you guys ready? You're ready? Buckle up. Buckle up, buckaroo. Hopefully audio works.
In light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. A lot to absorb on your first day.
Can't believe I'm here.
Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum.
You have much to learn.
You have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you.
A surprised opponent is a weak opponent.
They will test your abilities, both innate and learned. You've done it!
I am wary of how much time the new 5th year seems to be spending away from the castle.
No need for theatrics. I'm only here for this one anyway.
What do they want with a Hogwarts student?
I have a rare ability to see whispers of ancient magic.
Extraordinary.
It's a powerful magic that should only be wielded by a select few.
The path we're on is terribly dangerous. But I do not know where it leads.
I'm afraid you're on your own. I've ensured that we have a moment to ourselves.
Let's even her odds, shall we?
We leave our legacy in your hands.
It looks pretty good. I'm gonna poop. It looks awesome. Yeah, no, that does look very good. Yeah, no, definitely does. Subbed just to cast my vote for the hot tub stream. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's a well done trailer. Dear God, we've seen some good trailers. We've seen some really bad trailers before. And that's actually pretty impressive. In terms of like key takeaways, I mean, for one, the music is still amazing. Like, I'm thinking that just the music alone and the sound design is going to be freaking amazing. It's going to be great. All these cinematics also look really, really good. Like really, really good. It's very impressive. So I'm interested to see if these actually continue to look that way when the game launches. But the cutscenes look good. The animation quality is really, really high. It's very cinematic. In terms of like the story stuff that they set up, you know, they can sense whispers of ancient magic. Okay, so you probably will be extra powerful. I'm really interested to see how they tie things into the later stories, specifically around Harry Potter. I'm going to be interested to see how they do that. These like mini boss fights I could see being interesting, but yeah, man, it looks really good. Hopefully it lives up to it, because man, expectations are high. I assume it'll be more successful than Voldemort. What if that's the plot twist? The real Voldemort was us the whole time. Oh man. Where are you on the graph now? I mean, on the graph, is that gonna be like a term now? I closed it. For me, like on the graph, I'm very positive. Like if I were not a YouTuber, I'd be very excited even still. Let me just be very, very clear. We've looked at the early access gameplay as well that some people have gotten to experience running around. We've noticed some problems with what they've shown here, but I do want to offer some, I guess, words of comfort maybe, which is, I've attended these types of events. I've tried early access games, like, even 6 months before. And in my experience, usually the builds that are in question are like 6 to 9 months old. By the time somebody's allowed to play it for a press event, usually we're talking about something that was put together 6 months ago, was tested time and again, and it's just now getting seen. So when we look at some issues like, by the way, this is from Retro Raconteur's channel. You should go give him a sub. We did a collab. He's a really good guy. Yeah, so like right here, for example, you might not notice it. You might not even care. There's no right or wrong answer to it. But like he opens the door here, and you'll notice there's a flash of white. What that flash of white is it's a culling issue where everything behind this door until this frame, all of that is culled out and is not being rendered. You open the door, you start to see it, they start to render those items. But this portion up here is still being culled, so you're seeing the skybox through that. This is like the world skybox that's all around. And then a frame or two later, you see it starts to load back in, and then there it's loaded in. So you'll start to notice, you notice it's very, very quick when he opens the door. It's just a quick flash of white. You might not notice that. And no, it's not the glass. I already checked. It's coming from the fountain. So it just wasn't loaded in. So you might not notice, but that is something we've seen with kind of buggy and unpolished Unreal Engine games. It happens a lot. Open world Unreal Engine games specifically. So that would make sense with this being a 6 to 9 month old build. My hope is they can polish that type of thing out by the end of the, or by the time the game comes out. Pop-in seems to be the major concern right now. This is running on the PlayStation 5, so on PC it might not be an issue at all. On PC it may be even worse, who knows. But the good thing is that this is the kind of thing that can be polished out. And it's also the kind of thing that some people just don't even notice. Yeah, so like look at those windows right up there. Again, you might not notice it, you might not give a crap. But you see those windows? Those are just like blank boxes right now. We go forward a few frames, and then those windows pop in. But when you're playing the game, your eyes are centered on the center of the screen, so you're probably not even going to notice that most of the time. See, it just popped in, but I was looking at him, and I barely noticed it. So a lot of people just won't care, and that's great. Like, I'm not saying that's bad. That's great. If you don't notice that stuff, you're going to have a hell of a lot more fun playing games. For real. Like, when you start to notice this stuff, it'll drive you insane. It'll drive you crazy. Because you're just going to be like constantly the cynical prick that can't be happy with anything. And then you can start a YouTube channel. We're an unhappy bunch. Literally every open world has pop-in, man. Well, yeah, every open world does have pop-in. The art of open world design is how you cover up the pop-in and how you make it discreet, because it's always going to happen. Usually what some big studios will do is they'll do like minor fade in, and they will focus where the player's eyes are going to be and then pop things in and load them in outside of there. Like, you know what we can do? We can do this. We can put my new 4090 to the test, and I will show you an example of a game that does a really good job of managing pop-in and open world design, even though it's about 5 years old. I just gave away what it is. Water reflections are pretty bad. The thing to remember is this is performance mode. The performance mode versus quality mode in Hogwarts Legacy already is pretty drastic. If you care about fidelity, I hate to say it, you might have to sacrifice those 60 frames. You might have to go to 30 because it's a major factor. I've seen the side-by-side screenshots, and it's noticeable. Chapter 8, thank you for the $5. I didn't notice it till people pointed out. I'm probably going to spend the first hour going between fidelity and performance modes or 2-1. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the $5, by the way. And I agree. It's going to be kind of a tug of war. Like, you're going to be going back and forth, try it, see what sticks. If you I mean, honestly, if you can stand the lower frame rate, which for a game like this, I don't think is that big of a deal. Maybe that's controversial. I mean, nowadays it seems like if you're a gamer and you're like, I'm okay with 30 frames, people want to string you up. But I really don't think it's a big deal. Red Dead 2 launched at 30 frames on consoles and is still one of the best games ever made. And it was a 30 frame game. It's not a big deal to run at 30, especially and specifically on consoles, if it ends up looking better. We've just gotten spoiled with the 60 frames. And I'm telling this as a frame snob. I love higher frame rates. So I'm just being real. Keeping it 100. 30 FPS is unplayable. Did you guys just like not play Red Dead when it launched? Was that what it was? There we go. I played No Man's Sky at 10 FPS. Oh, there you go. He took my thing. Red flag, red flag.